Welcome back, everyone. We've just stepped through the town of Presteigne, just beyond the border of Herefordshire into Wales, Powys, and we're on our way to see an amazing, majestic old yew. In actual fact, it's one of the top 5 old yews in the whole of the United Kingdom, and it is said to be around 5,000 years old. It's at a place called Disy, which is where we're heading now. I had an interesting journey into town. I met an old Chinese lady at the bus stop in Hereford, and it turned out through discussion she was getting off at a village called Webley in Herefordshire. Turned out in discussion that she's got an ancient yew in her garden. I mean, how about that? I've never met anyone with an ancient yew in their garden. Lovely old Chinese lady. She just spent the night with her husband who was in hospital. So yeah, good start to the day. And I got into Kington and I had over an hour to wait, and it was really fresh this morning. So I wanted a cup of tea. Just stand. The scenery today is really misty. It's really claggy and misty. It's beautiful. All the big hills in mid-Wales. Wonderful. So yeah, I was in Kington and I wanted a cup of tea, so I went into the Cloud9 Health Spa. It's got a pool and a gym. Just intuition. So I went in and there was this lovely girl called Carissa. I said, any chance for a cup of tea? I've got an hour to wait for my bus. I said, the Border Bean isn't open. And she said, yeah, I'll make you a cup of tea. So I had a cup of tea in Cloud9. Now the funny thing is, she went on to tell me a story about climbing a mountain in Snowdonia, and her and her friends didn't have a map. And as she said that, I realised that I'd left my map at home. Now I never do that. I never leave my map. But I did, I left it on the floor at home. I can remember this morning saying to myself, put that map in your bag, but I never did. So it's a tricky array of fields out the back here, towards Disy and the loop walk back into Presteigne. It's about an 8.5 mile loop walk. So I was willing to do it by memory, but something told me that you know, I might be fumbling around a few fields for an hour. So I asked her if I could take a look at a website and just refresh my memory. She then said, well, I'll print out some maps for you. I'll print out the sections for you, which is what she did. So shout out to you, Carissa. Very kind of you, absolutely amazing. So yeah, fantastic start to the morning. So we're off to Disy to see this wonderful 5,000-year-old yew tree. I'll talk a bit more about the age when we get there, because it's debatable, but whatever, it's a very old tree, and I look forward to seeing how it appears and feels. All right, I'll catch you up, I'll bring you back. Yeah, a bit of a road section, and we're at Disy, so no more filming on this road because it's pretty bland, but as soon as we're at Disy and the yew, I'll bring you back. I look forward to checking out this tree. It's a lovely little track up to Disy Church, the original core of which is 12th century. And you see this house here? Look at the steps, look at the original steps. That's old school. Absolutely love it. We are walking in history. 16th century, that is. That house, guys. There. 16th century. It's been stood there, what, 400 years, almost 500 years. Yeah, there's Disy Church, and the yew is beyond. We just saw that. Wow, look at this. Look at this for a little enclave. Look at that door. Look at that door. We've not even got to the yew yet, and the scene is set. Absolutely wonderful. My American friends, this is for you. Well, and my British friends as well. Just beyond the border, Herefordshire, Wales. We're in Powys. Wow, look at that, 16th century. Wonderful. Nice little enclave. Yeah, so I just wanted to share with you the scene as we walk into Disy Church. Yeah, there was a chapel here before the Normans came in the 10th century. But this church, the core of it, was established in the 12th century. And there is the ancient yew. This is what we've come to see. As well as the church. I use my cane to point. Look at the entrance to this church. We'll just leave the yew just for a moment. But look at the entrance to this church. Look at that. People have been coming out of here for hundreds of years and have been greeted by that yew. So here is the yew. Stands. Yeah, it stands about 70 feet. And I think it's a male tree. You get female yews and you get male yews. Yeah, this is a male. The females are the ones with the berries. And the berries, guys, they're edible, but I wouldn't advise it. Because the seed inside the berry, the flesh of the berry is edible, but the seed inside it is poisonous. It'll kill you. Just 2 seeds will kill a horse. So it's going to kill a human. Yeah, wow, look at this. Look how gnarly that is. It's said to be almost 5,000 years old, this tree. It's debatable. Some people debate it because you can't measure its age accurately. Let's get inside. Let's get inside it. I think I'll take my rucksack off in a minute. Wow, here we are. Look at this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we've got about 4 trunks to this tree. Yeah, here we are. 1 trunk, 2, 3, 4 trunks. And we're right in the heart of this ancient yew now. As I said, its age is debatable because you can't measure the age of a yew accurately, really, because you can't get to the heartwood. You see, the heartwood is just disintegrated over time. But it is said by experts that this is anything up to 5,000 years of age and a minimum of about 2,000 years of age. So I would say that confidently, I'd say between 2,500 and 3,000 years old, although it has the potential to be older. So, dating this confidently between 2,500 to 3,000 years old, look at that, there are 4 trunks to this tree. We can confidently say that this tree was here before the birth of Jesus Christ. Wow. 2,500 to 3,000 years of age. That's before the Romans. That's before this church. So this yew was here before any of that. The Druids used to worship the church, as did other pagan groups, because it's associated with death and renewal. It's able to renew itself. The branches of a yew, when it hits the ground, are able to take root. I mean, that's pretty incredible. So that's one of the reasons why it has 4 trunks. It's because formerly a branch has taken root and a new trunk has grown. So you're not looking at 4 separate trees, you're looking at the same tree. And that's why it's so good at sustaining itself for such long periods of time. I just see a little bird up there. Now it's known that the goldcrest likes nesting in the yew tree. There are others too, I'll put them on screen. But there are only a few mammals and birds that can actually eat from this tree. You see, these needles, if you were to eat at least 40 of them, you'd get very sick and your heart would collapse. You'd die of heart failure. Yeah, it's not all death though. The yew isn't all about death. As I said, it's about renewal as well. It can sustain itself. The yew also is known for cancer medicines. Some of the properties within the yew tree are utilised in order to treat cancer. I forget the name of the properties now, but I'll put them on screen. So yeah, you know, many people, many groups, many tribes, the Druids, revered this tree for its sustainable properties and its life-giving properties. Not that they knew about the cancer properties all them years ago. But for sure, it's been revered. And that brings me back to what I said earlier about my own journey with grief, losing Paul. For those of you that don't know Paul, he was my identical twin brother of 48 years. 48 years I spent with Paul. And you think that, pardon me, that death, the death of somebody so special, because we lived together, we were proper twins, didn't get married or have children, so it was a massive deficit. You think that it just ends there with the death of your twin. That's grief. No. You see, when somebody that you're that entwined with dies, your whole identity shifts. I was defined by the fact that I was a twin, an identical twin. So when Paul died, I went through somewhat of an identity crisis. So yeah, death of somebody is also the shift in identity. That's why people go through a lot of depression, a lot of grief, a lot of collapse. Because, you know, you lose touch with people, you lose touch with yourself, you lose touch with certain habits and things that you once enjoyed. Not that I have. I mean, I'm still out walking, still out enjoying the countryside, which is something that Paul and I enjoyed. But a lot of people, you know, they can't return back to places that their partners or their loved ones formerly enjoyed because it hurts too much. So there's a whole raft of changes that goes on during grief, and that is death. That is death. Death of an identity, death of an idea of yourself. So yeah, it's pretty amazing that I'm here today at this ancient yew, contemplating my own journey of death and renewal, because I've had to find the strength within myself to continue, and reasons to continue and create this new idea of myself this new idea of who I am and where I belong. So yeah, fantastic, brilliant to be here. Just look at how majestic that is. Thousands of years old. Incredible. Of course, the church came after the tree. And the Christian faith, the Christian leaders knew that Druids, pagan people, worshipped these trees, and that these were places of gathering before. And so they were instructed, essentially, to occupy the space. Yeah, mind-blowing. This is one of the top 5 oldest yew trees in the whole of the United Kingdom. So if you want to come here, it's at Discoed, a little village called Discoed, D-I-S-C-O-E-D, Discoed, which is a few miles west of Presteigne. What a fabulous tree. We'll just take a quick look at the church and we'll call it a day. But before we do, I just want to share with you how gnarly this tree is. Look at that. Thousands of years of growth and weather, time, it's seen people come and go. Cultures, empires, it's actually seen empires come and go, guys. It was here before the Romans, and it's here after the Romans. It's seen the Welsh battle the English battle the Welsh, it saw the arrival of the Normans. Wow.
Well, what a veteran. Said to be 5,000 years old. A minimum of 3,000 years old. I'm recording this outro at home because I recorded an outro at the tree, but sod's law, it didn't record. But yeah, if you like that, guys, please do give it a like. I mean, let's face it, it's seen empires come and go, this tree. It was there before the Romans, it was there after the Romans. It's seen the English fight the Welsh, it's seen the Welsh fight the English, it's seen the Normans come and go. Yeah, what a veteran. And if you want to comment, please do comment down below. You know me, guys, I always love a chat. And if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. Hit the button down below and don't forget to click that notification bell. I always like to hear from new people. Alright, until next time, take good care.